excited that you are here. You are listening. You are learning. A lot of the women that I work with, they come to me. We get on consultations. We get on coaching calls, and they have a pen and paper with them, okay? So I tend to attract women that want to learn, and I am all about educating you, okay? So doctor means teacher. So that's why I'm here to educate you about what is going on inside of your body so that you can be empowered. So I'm so excited that you're here. We are going to dive into another cause or area that we've really got to look deep at to really get to the root cause of why your hormones are out of whack. So I want to give you a quick analogy and why we're looking at the root cause of things. So imagine that your check engine light comes on in your car. What would you do? You'd say, okay, well, I need to go ahead and take my car to the mechanic so the mechanic can take a look at what's going on. The mechanic's the expert on dealing with what's going on with the car. So that's where I'm going to go. You go to the mechanic, and then when you get there, you let the mechanic know, okay, my check engine light came on. There's been a little rattling noise that I've been hearing. You let them know, the different things that have been coming up. And the mechanic says, okay, perfect. He pulls out his pen and paper, and then he flips through some things, and he has a little pocket in the back, and he pulls out a sticker. And he says, all right, ma'am, well, that's all you've got to do is you take this sticker and you put this sticker right over that check engine light, and you won't have to worry about that thing anymore. That would be crazy, okay? We would never, ever, ever allow a mechanic to do that with our vehicle, but we allow doctors to do that with our health. That mechanic would have to run some diagnostic tests, look under the hood, see what's going on. And oftentimes, the women that come to me have been to the doctor. They've asked questions. They said, I haven't been feeling good. They let them know how long it's been. They let them know I'm also having some aches and pains in my body. My periods are so heavy and, I need help. And that doctor often just sends them on their way with something that's just covering up the symptoms of what's going on versus really digging in and dealing with the root cause of what's going on. So one area I want to talk to you about today is deficiencies and imbalances, okay? So you could have a deficiency in your nervous system, okay? So your nervous system's made up of your brain, continuation of your brain is your spinal cord, and then out from your spinal cord leaves all the nerves, okay? So you've got all these nerves that are going to your heart, causing your heart to beat, your lungs to move, your big toe, like being able to move your big toe up and down, or you see my finger. That's the nervous system, nerves that are doing that, okay? Communication from the brain to the rest of my body. And that is why spinal alignment is so important. You can have these nerves, misalignment of those vertebrae, put pressure on those nerves, and it can create a decrease in communication from the brain to wherever that nerve is going, okay? So that can create all types of issues like fatigue, issues with mental clarity, all of those types of things, because all of those nerves that leave out, only 10% of them deal with pain. So you may have some back pain, but then that nerve is also perhaps going and controlling your digestive system. So that can be one area to look at. Not moving enough is really important. Having good blood flow, lymphatic drainage is really important. So we talked about toxins in our last lesson. And with toxins, they've got to be able to move through the body, okay? Move out of the body. And some primary ways that that is done is through pooping, peeing, and perspiring, okay? So sweating, okay? And the lymph is a system that's all over throughout your body and being able to move that, okay? It moves right along with your circulation. We want to be able to move that. And when you move, you go exercise, do things like that, it's able to move those toxins out. Sleep is really important as well, okay? So sleep is a time for your body to regenerate, to rest, for your body, your immune system. So your immune system sees like bad cells, and it should go and basically eat up those bad cells and get rid of them, okay? It should get rid of all the bad and create new things. A lot of that is done while you're sleeping. So if you're not sleeping, you're not allowing your body to regenerate. And if you're having trouble sleeping, then we definitely need to talk, okay? Like have a consultation, work inside one of my programs, my group coaching programs, things like that, because sleep is so vitally important. A lot of the women that come to me deal with really low energy, a lot of times are tired all day. And then once nighttime comes, cortisol, that hormone, is popping up and just going, like scrolling social media, watching things on TV, just unable to go to sleep. Those hormones are not in balance. So there's issues going on there that need to be addressed. Also, progesterone comes into play here. Not having enough progesterone can cause issues with not being able to relax, go to sleep, all of those types of things. That's why I just am such a strong believer in personalized medicine and care, because it's different for everybody. The reason why one person may not be sleeping or have low energy or trouble losing weight can be very different for the next person based on the underlying issues of what's going on. So that's why I'm a big advocate. Test, don't guess. Let's find out exactly what's going on inside of your body and resolve those issues without drugs or surgery. So let's keep moving here. So other deficiencies that can be present, and we touched on this a little bit, is nutrients. Okay. So lack of nutrient absorption, either your body, have things going on with your digestive system where you're eating good foods, but then your body's not able to absorb those nutrients the way that it should. There could just be a general lack of vitamins, minerals, amino acids, antioxidants, all the things that are building blocks for your hormones. There could be an issue as well with oxygen. Okay. So all of our cells, our neurons, our hormones need oxygen. Okay. So just breathing. Okay. A lot of times as women, we're just breathing right up here in our chest. We're tight, we're stressed, and we really want to have deep, like belly breathing. Okay. So very important for that. And then just having natural light, which is important for vitamin D, all of those types of things. So you see how it's all interconnected. I've talked about the parasites that enjoy eating ferritin, which is the stored form of iron. Those are nutrients. Or you get vitamin D from the sun, so you need that. It's all connected. And then you could just have hormones that are out of balance in general. So your insulin could be really struggling, okay? So remember, when glucose goes up, insulin has to come down to bring that down, okay? So what happens with people with type 2 diabetes is basically insulin's not doing its job anymore. It's almost like, oh, she's worked me too hard. I'm tired. I cannot do this anymore. And that's when people start having to actually take insulin and have to have injections to be able to bring it down, because the pancreas has completely given out. So that can be throwing things off. Cortisol, that hormone, the stress hormone that comes out, that's going to say, okay, if there's a bear running after me, because remember, your body does not know the difference between that bear or that stressful relationship. The body's like, okay, I'm in danger. So it's going to say, we need glucose, okay? Because glucose is the energy source that's going to be sent to our muscles, our arms, all of those types of things, our eyes, so that we can see more clearly, all of those types of things, so that we can get away or we can fight. Okay. So fight or flight. Some people have moved into a stage, they now say fight, flight, or freeze. Okay. So you've been under so much stress so long that you're not even fighting anymore. You're not running away anymore. Literally just like frozen. Like, I don't know what to do, or you being scared to make the wrong decision, or just in this complete state of being frozen. But that is so stressful on the body. And the thing is that what stress does is that it weakens the immune system and it sends our adrenal glands into overdrive. So when it comes to your other hormones, your sex hormones, your, again, estrogen being high in relationship to progesterone, that will create all types of issues, moodiness. It can throw things off when everything else is not in alignment the way that it should. So deficiencies and imbalances are a big area that have to be looked at to see what's going on with your hormones and why they are not performing, why they're basically out of whack. They're out of balance and they don't have you feeling good. You're just stuck with that exhaustion. And I know what that's like. There was a time in my life where you could easily find me on the couch asleep. And I'd be at a friend's house, Sunday after church, everyone's hanging out, and there's Alicia. She's asleep on the couch over there because I was tired. I was tired all the time. And I had so many health issues that were holding me back from being a good mother, from being a good wife, from just being a good businesswoman, from really being able to step in and do the things that God's called me to do. I just didn't have the energy to do them. And then I had all the painful, heavy periods. I had extreme moodiness right before my period would come. Really, moodiness isn't even the word to describe it. It was more like a depression, going into a deep, dark place where I did not want to be bothered. I would lose all kind of hope, like I would really just not feel like myself at all during that portion. And sometimes that'd be a whole week before my period, sometimes 2 weeks. And I'd have to, like, at that time before I was having that resolve, remind myself, okay, once my period comes, I'm going to feel okay. And sure enough, period would come and I go, oh, okay, brain's back on. I feel better. But that's not the way. If you're feeling that way, it does not have to be that way. So I'm so excited that you're here. You're learning, because this is a big step in you being able to really take control of your health back. So I am so happy that you are here learning today.